We are seeing this tropical environment this afternoon, and a lot of these storms passing through, the potential producing tornadoes. We had that warning that expired at 3 o'clock in Muskogee County with the same storm that moved up through Harris County and now in northern Harris County, moving up into southeastern Troup and into Meriwether County too. A new warning there, the one that was in Muskogee and Harris, now extreme northern Harris County into southeastern Troup and Meriwether County. All right, so here's Tropical Depression 13, and look at it. Does this look anything like Irene? You know, it had a nice area of low pressure and nice swirling motion. It's not there. It's not really well organized. That's why it's just a tropical depression. Look at these sustained winds. 35, 39 would make it a tropical storm. And we'll watch this track. And as we go into tomorrow night, we could be seeing this as Tropical Storm Lee tomorrow night. Still battering perhaps the coast of south central Louisiana. Notice this doesn't move very fast. In fact, right now it's only moving at 2 miles per hour. And eventually, as we go into Labor Day, it'll start tracking more toward the northeast. I think it may move a little quicker than this, but Sunday and Monday, we will see rainfall from Lee, or the remnants of Lee, in Alabama. Tonight, we're dealing with cloudy skies. We have the rain toward the south. That's Tropical Storm Lee, dumping a lot of rainfall across Louisiana. We're going to have the clouds in our sky tomorrow, but all the rain, which is moving into parts of Mobile and Baldwin counties in far south Alabama around Mobile Bay, but maybe only up to Monroe and Conecuh County tomorrow for the rainfall. So we're going to get the games in just fine. I'll have the forecast on those games, though, later. But for the river region, here's what you can expect. Mostly cloudy tonight, rain tomorrow, as I said, in southwest Alabama. And the heavy rain will get here to Montgomery on Sunday. And Amanda, we are talking about a lot of rain, inches upon inches. Just how much? I'll tell you later. And this is going to last all day long. Go into Monday too, so we keep having heavy rain band after heavy rain band, and eventually it's really going to pile up. Here's cumulative rainfall totals. Yellow is 1 inch, orange 2, red 3, pink 4, purple 5, black 6, white or gray is like 6 to 9. This is by Monday noon. We could be anywhere from 6 to 9 inches of total rainfall. Wow. 95.
Good evening, I'm Brian Latham.
And I'm Tammy Lane. Welcome to the Fox 42 News at 9, and it is a stormy night in Omaha. Pat Walker is live in the Weather Center. Pat, some hail out there in Valley.
That's right, we had some pea to dime-size hail earlier in Valley around 8:30, a little before 8:30 as these storms rode through Valley near the National Weather Service. And now it's really on top of Omaha inside the 680 loop and really now pushing to the 480 loops toward downtown to Carter Lake, up to Crescent into western parts of Pottawatomie County. So from the 680 loop and I-80 northward throughout the rest of Douglas County, we're looking at these strong thunderstorms. No warnings, that's good. But still hail anywhere maybe up to the size of nickels is possible. And of course, a lot of deadly lightning with these storms and some gusty winds around 35 to 40 miles per hour. So we got to make sure we do stay inside as these move through. So here's Crescent in western Pottawatomie County, Underwood, Neola, Missouri Valley in the path of this storm as it's moving toward the northeast around 30 miles per hour. Now we've had other storms back around Lincoln and Lancaster County, moving into western Cass County. It's moving northeast as well, so this could be moving through Sarpy County too. So those of you in Bellevue, you would be in line for the storm as it continues to move toward the east and northeast. Maybe around 9:30 or so we could see that in Bellevue, so obviously we'll be watching that and tracking that as your Fox 42 News at 9 continues, but well toward the north. So again, just east of I-185 in northern parts of Harris County, moving into southeastern Troup and into southwestern Meriwether County, tornado warning until 3:45, and northwest of LaGrange in extreme northwestern Troup County, heading into Heard County, this storm as well, potentially producing a tornado, or could at any time with this environment that we have. And taking the radar out to a wider view, we're still looking at more storms forming in southwest Georgia, west of Americus, over to Eufaula, Alabama. So these storms as well, we're going to have to watch those in the same environment. They may begin to show signs of rotation, and we may have subsequent tornado warnings south of Columbus moving northward. So we'll have to stay on that this afternoon. And the heavy rainfall will continue with these storms as well.
And that's a wrap of your top stories at the bottom of the hour. Now for a full look at your forecast, here's Pat Walker live in the Weather Center with more. Pat.
Well, Brian, we'll start with that warning, severe thunderstorm warning till 9:45 in northern parts of Pottawatomie County, southwestern Shelby, and extreme southeastern Harrison County for winds of 60 miles per hour and maybe even some nickel-size hail. But nickel-size hail is not really the severe threat. In Omaha proper now, we're mainly looking at some gusty winds and some light to moderate rainfall. But here's our storm. just west of Harlan. Here is Harrison County, extreme southeastern Harrison County. There's the Pottawatomie County line with Shelby and Harrison County. And so you can see this storm marching east around 30-35 miles per hour, about to Avoca and Harlan. Looking a little closer, we can see Tennant and Shelby right on the leading edge of that. So the stronger winds are from between Tennant and Shelby right now, with a heavy rainfall from Portsmouth through Persia down to Neola in Pottawatomie County. So those of you in Harlan, Kirkman, Avoca, and even over to Walnut know that the storm is kind of heading your way. Could see some very strong winds around 60 miles per hour. And of course, there's a lot of lightning with these storms too. Now we're beginning to get some of the storm around Bellevue and Offutt Air Force Base, the one from Cass County, moving east around 30 miles per hour. No warning on this storm, but still a strong storm, maybe some pea or dime size hail with it. All these generally heading to the east, maybe a little bit of a northeast component around 30 to 35 miles per hour. And these storms that are really moving through now and now kind of exiting most of the metro area, other than the one coming up through southern parts of Sarpy County, really are the bulk of the worst of the storms that we'll have tonight, because the front's really on top of us now. And you can see trailing back into the south central parts of Nebraska, really we're looking at light showers. So here's the front on top of us pushing through, and it's not going to get an immediate shove until really during the day tomorrow, because basically there are two cold fronts, this one and another one toward the north that will finally give it a good shove, but all in all it's acting as one front. Now back behind this is football weather, we're calling it, because it's fall-like. I know we've had some delays in games tonight because of the lightning, so tonight is not football weather. What's coming in really for Sunday and into next week, that is football weather, because it's fall weather. In fact, we're going to see some lows eventually into the 40s. As far as Nebraska games go for tomorrow, I'll have that forecast coming up at the end of the show at the last weather segment. But for tonight, you can see to the north, cooler temperatures, warmer temperatures to the south. There's the front, the leading edge of that cooler air. And yes, it's a northwest wind of 38 in Omaha from the top of the hour. That's when the storm is really blowing through. The winds are beginning to die down now, but still a little breezy, and a north wind around 5 to 10 through the night is what we expect to continue to have. But behind this, drier air. This is that football air coming in the 70s to the south, still that muggy summertime air that we're trying to get rid of tonight. I still think tomorrow morning we're going to have a chance of showers in the morning hours, and you're going to see that on the TrueView forecast in just a second. 68 degrees at 7 o'clock and 75 at noon. And look at this, 5 o'clock, 77. We were at 90 today, so the big change starting for tomorrow, and of course it's going to be a little breezy as well. So here are the showers that we're still expecting to see at 7 o'clock in the morning. Could have a little rain for the start of the Nebraska game at 2:30, so keep that in mind. But I think by the end of the game, the rain will be gone. And here's 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. We're getting that final shove, and the cooler air, drier air, that football air moves in for Sunday and for our Labor Day too. Fall is coming. Summer, I think, is now over. So get ready. Hopefully you know where your jacket is. You're going to be needing it pretty soon. So for tonight, still showers and thunderstorms. 68 the low and a north wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 79, showers early, and then becoming breezy in the afternoon, north winds at 15 to 20. Tomorrow night, that's going into Sunday morning. We get down into the lower 50s, and the clouds are clearing out, really getting cooler, a north wind at 10. And Sunday, gorgeous, 70 degrees, mostly sunny. Then Monday morning, that's why you need your jacket. Of course, it's Labor Day. You can sleep in, grab that extra blanket, of course. 48 the morning low, 72, but then you're going to work on Tuesday. Yeah, you're going to need your jacket. 47 in the morning. Gorgeous afternoons, as you often get in the fall. Cool, chilly mornings, but the afternoons, beautiful. Absolutely next week.
Gonna sleep in and start your day later? Is that the...
I'm not ready to pull the jacket out of the closet yet.
You're going to have to.
Pat,
be cold.
But notice, I can take the Chattahoochee River and go eastward, and we're looking at really a lot of individual storms, right? Farther west into Alabama, we're looking more at the heavy rainfall, which flash flooding is going on in a lot of locations, especially in northwestern Alabama, from Birmingham back to Tuscaloosa. We're going to begin to have that in eastern Alabama too. But with these individual storms moving through Georgia, we're going to begin to see perhaps some of these start showing some signs of rotation. None of them at this point really looking all that significant. The one, though, about to move into Chattahoochee County still could be one of those. Also the one right around Eufaula as well could be one of those that we have to watch closely as the rest of the afternoon goes on. We're still in the environment for tornadoes. The tornado watch from Macon back to Columbus until 8 o'clock tonight, and the one in eastern Alabama, that goes until 4 o'clock this afternoon Central Time, so that'd be 5 Eastern. So we're still going to be in the potential for these storms to produce tornadoes. Also, as the rest of the afternoon goes on, we're going to continue to get a lot of rainfall. We're going to have breezy conditions just thanks to the remnants of Tropical Storm Lee in the neighborhood and those breezy conditions. If we start seeing winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and we have the saturated soil, which will be more likely in Alabama because Alabama has seen a whole lot more rainfall. The saturated soil and the strong winds may begin to knock some trees over, even with winds that aren't even technically severe. Those 30 to 40 mile per hour winds might begin to do that this afternoon just thanks to the saturated soil, heavy winds, and the trees can much more easily topple because the soil really can't hold them down. So to keep that in mind, even with breezy conditions, we really need to stay alert, stay inside, and definitely away from the windows here this afternoon.